Have you ever thought about why history keeps repeating itself, with groups of people rising and falling and big events changing everything we know? Smart people and minds have been scratching their heads over this big question for a very long time. What's really interesting, though, in her book, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth, Dolores Cannon changes the course of history. Let me tell you the truth. Every time people mess with energy and lose control, it's like pressing a cosmic restart button. Everything begins anew, bringing us back to the beginning. There is a catch this time, though. The volunteers are the souls who chose to be born as humans so that they could improve the vibe on Earth and stop world chaos. These workers are truly the most important people in our lives. When the first wave, which was mostly older people, arrived here, they were very worried about how violent and bad things were on Earth. Imagine trying to fit in a world where everything seems out of place. They've had a rough time, and some of them are even dealing with emotions that no one should ever have to deal with on their own. Then comes the second wave, who are well into their prime years and feel a lot more at ease in their own skin. They're like sparkling balls of good energy that bring love and happiness wherever they go. There's no need for big actions. Just being there changes everything. Don't forget about the third wave, the new kids on the block. The DNA and information of these teens are cutting edge and ready for a world that is always changing. The unfortunate reality is that labels such as ADHD often misrepresent their true nature. In the middle of these waves, we have a secret group known as the Keepers of the Grid. Consider this. We have dispatched 10,000 souls to Earth to mend its damaged grids, restore equilibrium, and acquire authentic crystal wisdom. Now, all of this talk about workers and grid keepers makes sense to me. I want to tell you a story that has everything to do with this cosmic trip. Hold on tight, because we're about to go on a wild ride through human history and the forces that shape our world, that we can't see. In 2018, something very strange happened to me during one of my ayahuasca sessions. I reached a level of awareness that made me feel like I was looking into the future of humans in space. The vision was clear. It showed Earth about to go through a huge change. It was like watching a movie in which the Earth split into 2 separate parts. One Earth was very dark, which was a sad reminder of the problems and issues we are facing right now. The other Earth, on the other hand, was a stunning sight. An ethereal light illuminated it, seemingly promising a fresh start. But a very important thing had to happen first before this big change could happen. In my vision, I saw a certain number of awakened people stepping into their higher selves. These were the people who knew how powerful awareness and unity could be. They worked together to make a tiny but strong crystalline grid that went around the Earth. It wasn't just pretty to look at. This grid sped up ascension by leading those tuned in to its frequency to the bright new Earth. It was like finding a missing puzzle piece when I finally discovered Dolores Cannon's lessons months after I had lost them. Her ideas about how Earth split in 2 were eerily similar to mine. It felt like the world was telling me to pay attention and make the connection between what I had learned and what Cannon had told me. But to fully understand what this grid and its guards mean, we need to go back in time to Atlantis. This legendary society, which was famous for its advanced technology and knowledge of crystals, fell because its leaders were too proud to admit their mistakes. The Atlanteans explored the realms of dark matter and energy, just like scientists do today as they try to figure out the mysteries of the world. The purpose of this story is to impart a lesson, and it bears a striking resemblance to contemporary endeavors, such as the work at the Large Hadron Collider. The similarities are striking and remind us of the fine line between being curious and being responsible when we go into areas we don't fully understand. Let's go on an exciting adventure through history and the secrets of the universe. Have you ever thought about why scientific inquiry often leads to both amazing discoveries and stories that teach us something? The Keepers of the Grid, a group of 10,000 souls who came to Earth with a very important job, explain this complicated web of responsibility and information. The desire to understand dark matter and energy hit a boiling point in ancient Atlantis, a society full of amazing technologies and crystal mastery. Their tests could have made Earth's grids less stable, which would have required help from other worlds to stop a catastrophic collapse. Here we are now, and there are echoes of Atlantis in many of the things we do, especially in the scientific world with projects like the Large Hadron Collider. These similarities show how tricky it is to balance curiosity with consequences, and they tell us that history tends to repeat itself. The keepers of the grid show up as guardians of Earth's energy web. Their job is to restore balance and find Crystal's secret knowledge. Their deep experiences connect with Jones, and a dance of cosmic significance unfolds between awareness, intention, and crystals. Jones' vivid memories of her past lives paint a picture of a highly developed society that is on the verge of a great disaster because of greed and bad motives. They had to make the hard decision of destroying everything to stop a bigger disaster. So they stored their knowledge in crystals, making timeless libraries of information. Jones' link with crystals is more than just a way to decorate. It shows a deeper connection with the energies of the Earth and the consciousness of all beings. Each of us holds the key to ancient information hidden in these crystal structures, linking the past, present, and future. So, how can we get to this wealth of knowledge? It starts with a deep link to Earth and an understanding that crystals have power beyond their beauty. Accepting the interconnectedness of everything initiates a journey of self-discovery and cosmic understanding, akin to the experiences of the keepers of the grid and the echoes of Atlantis. We must deepen our understanding of the crucial role of the grid keepers and their connection to the Earth's energy system. Getting close to nature or having a crystal in your hand can make you feel grounded and clear. This simple act goes beyond touch. It connects the grids of the ethereal and the earthly worlds, letting energy and information move freely. As carriers of this energy, the grid keepers show how powerful it is for many people to work together. When people work together in harmony, they create a resonant frequency that travels through the grids and makes the healing benefits stronger. The title Grid Keepers gives them a sense of duty and purpose, emphasizing their important part in fixing and rebuilding Earth's complex energy systems. Their purpose includes the realms of consciousness and light, as well as the physical world. They work with beings from higher dimensions to keep the etheric grid in place. This demonstrates the interconnectedness of all life on Earth. The fact that everyone worked together on this project shows that people and natural forces can work together to make the universe a better place. But what are these squares, and why are they so important? The grids are like the Earth's energetic blueprint. They connect with all living things and keep the world healthy. Earth does well when these grids are in balance. However, disruption or damage to these grids can lead to natural disasters and chaos. The grid keepers' actions aren't based on their own personal reasons. They're in line with the cosmic plan and divine time and purpose. Globally, their contributions contribute to the ongoing growth and transformation of cosmic consciousness. The lesson that the grid keepers send is deep and applies to everyone. Healing the Earth is a shared responsibility that goes beyond individual goals. We need to care for and heal the Earth in the same way that we care for and protect our children. This will help create a new reality, an expanded, peaceful new Earth that shows our shared consciousness and dedication to the well-being of the whole world. The people who oversee the grid are working hard to restore order, but at the same time, they are causing a huge change in people. This transformation reawakens dormant DNA codes, leading to an increase in awareness and a shift in frequency. We deeply link our DNA to both planetary and cosmic DNA, forming a web of connections that binds everything together. We awaken the dormant potential that lies asleep within ourselves when we help heal the Earth. Light frequencies from space sources help speed up this process of waking. These cosmic frequencies work like catalysts, waking up DNA packets that have been asleep for generations. It's kind of like finding the keys to our own lives again and letting out the huge possibility that's inside each of us. Not only does the keepers of the grid's job lead to the repair of Earth, but it also forces us to think about deep ideas like free will and cosmic rules. Earth is different from many other celestial worlds because it has free will. We are free to explore and make things with this gift, but we are also responsible for the decisions we make. A prime directive of non-interference is one of the cosmic rules that tells advanced beings how to behave throughout the world. Because these beings are wise, they respect the free will of societies and let them grow and learn from their mistakes. Sometimes, though, a civilization's deeds put not only its own survival at risk, but also the balance of the universe as a whole. The sad ending of Atlantis is a powerful warning of how fragile this balance is. As the Atlanteans used their free will, they accidentally upset the balance of the universe. They were using powerful crystals and genetic engineering in the wrong way, which was very dangerous for Earth and the whole world. When things get this bad, someone has to step in and help. The keepers of the grid and people like Joan are important parts of a cosmic plan to stop these kinds of terrible events from happening again. Their job is to heal and restore, and they do this by monitoring Earth's energy lines and keeping secret knowledge safe. Their work sheds light on the important role that light plays in our awakening and change as a whole. Light waves from cosmic rays or other celestial sources are essential for waking up DNA packets that have been sleeping inside us. Our consciousness grows as we become more in tune with these light frequencies. This makes a stronger connection with the cosmic wave of life. This expansion is more than just an increase in space. It represents a shift in dimensions toward higher frequencies of life. The idea of the new Earth refers to a different dimension or frequency that lives alongside our current reality. It's not about cutting ties with the old Earth. It's about taking a big step forward in development. This shift in dimensions becomes real for people who tune in to the light and awaken their DNA. They get very tuned into the higher levels, and their awareness goes beyond what they can see in 3 dimensions. This change doesn't mean leaving the old Earth. It means becoming a part of a bigger and better world. As you go on this journey of discovery and change, you learn an important lesson: the importance of divine time. The people who run the grid stress that everything in life happens at just the right time. The universe moves at its own natural pace, just like a flower bud opens at its own pace. When we believe in divine order, we can trust that things will work out as they should. It gives us hope that the world works according to a carefully thought-out plan, even if we don't fully understand it. Our job is to join this cosmic symphony and become conscious co-creators in the big plan for making the world. We let go of our fears and doubts when we learn to trust God's plan. We understand that the universe, composed of threads of love and light, interconnects our lives. Deep truths about our place in the universe and the interconnectedness of all living things emerge from the exchanges with the keepers of the grid. We are not just watching the cosmic play, we are actively taking part in a big story that is happening in the universe. Taking care of Earth's grids and waking up dormant DNA is both a privilege and a job we have to do. It encourages us to work together to take care of our world and use the power of light and love to change things. The people who take care of the grid are always there to remind us that we are not alone in this holy work. Support comes from beings from higher dimensions and divine forces that work well with us. We are all working together to make a new Earth, a bigger reality that goes beyond the limits of the past and brings about a peaceful time of growth and awareness. Being one of the 10,000 people who keep the grid safe gives you a sense of duty and meaning. It says that we all have a responsibility to bring about peace and higher consciousness at this very important time for Earth and people. Sharing your ideas and experiences about volunteers, especially the keepers of the grid and crystals, can help us all understand each other better and feel more connected on our trip.